I have gone on record, I stated it yesterday, and I'll state it every day thereafter, that any reforms involving the Chicago teachers, the Chicago Teachers Union ought to be at the table, and the Chicago Teachers Union ought to be given the first crack at crafting those reforms and showing us what reform looks like through the eyes of a teacher. That's what I support, and that's what I stand behind.
I don't believe in I don't know where this committee came from. I looked around and there's a committee that's not only sat, but it's supposed to have its work complete in 2.5 to 3 weeks. I don't know how you do that. I think that's too fast, and I don't think it's being done in partnership with the teachers. I don't need a no-strike clause because I didn't have one with the teachers. I believe in sitting at the table and working out any issues we have to forge a good contract. I don't need the threat of not having them strike in order to come to that conclusion. And also, I've worked within the current tenure system for many, many years and was able to produce results for our system over 6 years. So I'm a little skeptical about where this committee came from. I think we could do this in a much more collaborative way, and I look forward to doing that.
All of these conversations are about scapegoating teachers and finding another way to further privatize our school system. That's the problem. When you look at education funding in this country, it's like a pyramid. Less than 10% of the cost of education comes from the federal government. The state has slipped behind its obligation and only comes up with about 20% now, as opposed to the full funding the Constitution calls for. And the rest of it comes out of local dollars. There are not enough resources. I have tried, as a state legislator, to get more state money for schools in the city of Chicago. We succeeded in getting money to create CHAS, but really that was an uphill battle and continues to be a fight. At the national level, I started the school construction issue, debate about our public schools in an effort to get additional money from the federal government to pay for bricks and mortar so that local dollars could be freed up for teachers and for classroom needs. The fact is that they want to privatize the system, give it to corporate America to run, and our children will be left behind if they don't already have resources and assets. And that is the issue, and I believe that's the agenda of the crowd that's down in Aurora today.
Well, first of all, fast-tracking any legislation is wrong. That's not the way the legislative process should be used, and I don't think the leadership in Springfield should be allowing this legislation to be fast-tracked. Hearings are necessary. Everyone has to have an opportunity to have input. Everyone has to participate in the process of crafting legislation. And I know that the CTU, along with many other groups and the IEA and the IFT, want what is best for the children in the state of Illinois. And they also want competent teachers, highly qualified teachers in every classroom. And I know that every single one of you wants the same thing. And so the question is, how do you get to that point? And how do you develop an evaluation system that is fair, an evaluation system that is used to inform instruction and to help you develop through professional development, not to punish people for the purpose of making a statement to then give the system an excuse to privatize or to continue to establish a dual-track system of education, which is wrong.